What you think you know is only the beginning.
On April 21, 2011, in the affluent Viarme district of Nantes, France, a chilling discovery shattered the tranquility of 55 Boulevard Robert Schumann. Beneath the terrace of a stately home, police unearthed the bodies of Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès, 48, and her 4 children, Arthur, 20, Thomas, 18, Anne, 16, and Benoit, 13. Each shot with a .22 rifle and buried in lime. Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès, 50, the father, had vanished, leaving behind a trail of questions. The noble family, rooted in French aristocracy, was beloved, their sudden absence sparking fear in a city unaccustomed to such horror. Nantes, in 2011, was a vibrant hub, its cobblestone streets and Loire river banks blending history with modernity. The Viarme district, with its elegant townhouses, was home to professionals and old-money families like the Dupont de Ligonnès. Their 3-story residence, adorned with ivy, stood as a symbol of stability. Xavier, a businessman, and Agnes, a school secretary, raised their children in Catholic tradition, their lives revolving around music, sports, and community. The family's routine was unremarkable until early April. On April 3, Agnes hosted a dinner, her laughter filling the dining room as Arthur strummed his guitar. Thomas, a music student, planned a Paris internship. Anne, a budding artist, sketched Loire landscapes, while Benoit, the youngest, excelled at soccer. Xavier, often reserved, mentioned a business trip. Neighbors last saw the family on April 4, sharing wine on their terrace. By April 10, their shutters were closed, their Renault Laguna gone. Concern arose on April 11 when Agnes missed work. Colleagues at her Catholic school, La Perverie, called, but her phone was off. Arthur, a university student, skipped classes, and Thomas didn't board his Paris train. Friends, alarmed, knocked on the door, finding a note. Return mail to sender, we're abroad. Agnes's sister, Christine, in Versailles, sensed trouble, recalling Agnes's recent unease. Xavier's been odd. On April 13th, she alerted police, fearing the worst. Police entered the home on April 15, finding eerie silence. The living room was tidy, dishes washed, but the children's rooms were untouched. Backpacks, guitars, and Anne's sketchbook left behind. A neighbor, Madame Lefevre, reported Xavier leaving alone on April 5, carrying suitcases. Another saw a dark van near the house on April 6, its plates obscured. No signs of struggle surface, but Xavier's absence and the note raised suspicion. Nantes, a city of 300,000, buzzed with dread. The victims' warmth defined their loss. Agnes, with her radiant smile, organized school fundraisers, her faith guiding her. Arthur, charismatic, played in a local band. Thomas, introspective, composed piano pieces. Anne's kindness shone in her volunteer work, while Benoit's soccer tricks delighted friends. Their aristocratic lineage, Xavier's title, Comte de Ligonnès, added mystique, but their humility won hearts. They were our pride, a priest said at a vigil, clutching Agnes's rosary. On April 21, a gardener's shovel struck something under the terrace. Police uncovered 5 bodies wrapped in sleeping bags, buried in lime to mask decomposition. Autopsies confirmed. .22 rifle shots to the head, executed methodically. The family's 2 Labradors, also shot, were buried nearby. No fingerprints or DNA were found on the rifle, purchased legally by Xavier in March. The lime, bought locally, was untraceable. Nantes recoiled, its cathedrals hosting prayers for the fallen. Initial clues were baffling. Xavier's bank cards were used in La Rochelle on April 8, then Roquebrune-sur-Anjon on April 15. His phone went silent after April 7. A cryptic letter mailed to relatives on April 10 claimed the family joined a U.S. witness protection program due to Xavier's business debts. Christine dismissed it. Agnes would never leave. Systemic issues. France's privacy laws. Nantes' understaffed police delayed early searches. Was it a family pact, a cult, or murder? The city held its breath. Nantes' reaction was visceral. Neighbors left roses at the gate, whispering of Xavier's cold eyes. Schools held memorials and sketches displayed in halls. The local paper, Ouest France, headlined Nantes mourns nobles. Social media, nascent in 2011, spread theories, deaths, infidelity, madness. The family's Catholic community prayed for answers, their faith tested. The home, sealed, became a grim landmark, its terrace a scar on Viarme's elegance. By April 22, 2011, the Dupont de Ligonnès murders had gripped Nantes as the discovery of Agnes and her 4 children's bodies beneath their home fueled a frantic search for Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès as the missing father. Police Chief Luc Martin set up a command post, urging, "We need him alive." Volunteers plastered Xavier's photo, gray hair, sharp jaw, across Loire-Atlantique. Nantes' 300,000 residents, their trust shattered, scoured forests and rivers, desperate to unravel a tragedy that turned their city into a crucible of fear. Martin's team acted swiftly, interviewing 400 neighbors and colleagues within days. Agnes was last seen April 4, hosting book club. Arthur and Thomas attended a concert on April 3, per a friend's text. Anne and Benoit were at school until April 4. Xavier, spotted alone on April 5, told a neighbor, "We're relocating." CCTV showed his Renault leaving Nantes on April 6, heading south. Over 600 tips flooded in. Sightings in Paris, Spain, even Brazil, each pursued with urgency across France's borders. Search parties braved the Loire's banks, their resolve unbroken. Volunteers with flashlights swept vineyards, calling Xavier's name. Gendarmerie dogs, given his scarf, tracked 2 kilometers from the home to a train station where the scent vanished. A suitcase found April 23 in a ditch contained only clothes, not his. Rain on April 25 blurred tire tracks near the home. Helicopters scanned 200 square miles, but dense forests hid clues. The Loire's currents, searched by divers, yielded nothing. Nantes rallied, its heart poured into the effort. The cathedral printed 5,000 flyers. Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès, 50, missing. Students taped them to cafes and tram stops. Father Pierre Dubois led nightly vigils, saying, "We seek truth." Women baked for searchers, their hands trembling. Agnes's sister, Christine, joined teams, clutching Anne's sketch. "They're with God." Vigils drew 500, candles flickering under Thomas's sheet music. "He can't hide forever," a teacher vowed, uniting a city in grief. Key moments sparked hope, then despair. A La Rochelle waiter reported Xavier dining alone on April 8th, but CCTV was grainy. A blood-stained shirt in a Rennes forest, found April 26, was unrelated, likely a hunter's. A Paris hostel clerk recalled a nervous Frenchman on April 10, but he paid cash, untraceable. Xavier's letter about witness protection was probed, but U.S. authorities denied involvement. "We're chasing shadows," Martel told France 2, ordering ports and airports monitored. Challenges were daunting, testing endurance, Nantes urban sprawl, no rural isolation, obscured leads. Xavier's photo, a dated ID, was hard to match in 2011's pre-facial recognition era. The crime scene, a private home, limited early access. Volunteers faced exhaustion, their boots muddy. Loire-Atlantique's budget-strained helicopter use. Rumors, cults, mafia, suicide derailed focus. It's a maze. A detective sighed, sorting tips of drifters, lookalikes, or hoaxes. The emotional toll was crushing, reshaping lives. Christine, now in Nantes, left her job, searching daily. "I owe Agnes." Arthur's bandmates played his songs at vigils, tears falling. Thomas's mentor, a pianist, canceled recitals, haunted by his score. Anne's classmates framed her sketches. Benoit's teammates wore his number. Martina, father, missed his son's birthday, fixated on Xavier's letter, not split. Some mourned, others eyed strangers warily. Gossip, debts, affairs, stung Christine, her pain raw. By May 5, searches reached Brittany. A tip about a man in Brest led to a sailor, not Xavier. A rifle in the Loire found April 30 was rusted, unrelated. The Renault, located in Var on April 15, was empty, wiped clean. Over 800 interviews yielded no trace. Searchers, weary, returned to work, their hope dimming. Vigils drew 300, their prayers softer. Nantes spirit, rooted in its river, wavered, but the family's memory, Anne's art, Benoit's smile, kept the quest alive. By May 2011, the Dupont de Ligonnès murders had become France's most perplexing case, with police chief Luc Martin and Interpol agent Claire Dubois racing to unravel the April killings of Agnes, Arthur, Thomas, Anne, and Benoit, found buried beneath their Nantes home. The crime scene, marked by a .22 rifle and lime, pointed to Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès, the missing father, but sparse evidence, forensic limits, and France's privacy laws stalled progress. Nantes. 300,000 residents, their trust eroded, whispered in cafes, as investigators navigated a labyrinth of dead ends, chasing a suspect who seemed to vanish into the Loire's mists. The family's aristocratic legacy and Catholic faith deepened the tragedy, their absence a wound in the city's heart. Martin's team pieced together the timeline, but holes persisted. Agnes was last seen April 4, hosting a book club at 55 Boulevard Robert Schumann. Arthur and Thomas attended a concert on April 3, per a friend's email. Anne and Benoit were at school until April 4, their phones silent by April 5. Xavier spotted loading suitcases on April 5, told neighbor Madame Lefebvre were moving abroad. Autopsies estimated the murders between April 4 and 6, each victim shot twice in the head with a silenced .22 rifle, legally purchased by Xavier in March. The terrace burials concealed with lime showed no witnesses, baffling investigators. The crime scene yielded stark but elusive clues, fueling frustration. The rifle, found in the garage, was wiped clean. 2011 forensics couldn't detect micro-DNA. Lime bags, traced to a Nantes hardware store, were a generic brand, sold to 250 locals that month. Sleeping bags wrapping the bodies bore no prints. Xavier's Renault Laguna, abandoned in Var on April 15, contained Agnes's scarf but no blood or fiber. A cryptic letter, mailed to relatives on April 10, claimed the family entered a U.S. witness protection program due to Xavier's debts. Its typos and tone raised doubts, but no coercion was evident. Witnesses offered fleeting glimpses, quickly dimming. Monsieur Bisset, a neighbor, saw Xavier digging the terrace on April 6, assuming he was gardening. A La Rochelle cafe owner recalled Xavier on April 8, fidgety, paying cash. A Var hotel clerk saw him on April 14, carrying a backpack, but he left alone. Over 1,200 interviews, school staff, priests, Arthur's bandmates, revealed no enemies. Agnes's colleagues at La Perverie School described her as devout, happy. Xavier's business partners noted his 400,000 EUR debts, but no violence. They were untouchable, Agnes's sister Christine told Dubois. Clutching Anne's rosary. In June, a promising lead emerged, a blood-stained glove found May 12 in a Nantes alley. Tests showed O-positive blood, common to 40% of locals, but the glove was misplaced in evidence lockup by August, untested for DNA. A Paris pawn shop reported a man selling a watch resembling Arthur's on April 22, but he was a drifter, untraceable. A notebook in Xavier's study, scrawled with debts, 450,000 EU, hinted at financial strain, but creditors denied threats. A blood-soaked towel in a Loire ditch found June 5 was animal blood, another dead end. Motives remained a puzzle, defying logic. The rifle and line suggested premeditation, but no theft occurred. Agnes's 100,000 euros savings were untouched. Financial ruin? Xavier's consultancy, Bleeding Money, faced lawsuits, but bankruptcy wasn't imminent. A cult? The family's Catholicism was traditional, not fanatical. Xavier's online posts on Catholic forums showed no extremism. A personal grudge? Agnes's warmth and the children's innocence ruled out feuds. It's too clean, Martin mused, noting the execution-style shots. Theories, family pact, hired killer, madness, lacked evidence. The terrace, a mute witness. Forensic challenges deepened the impasse, testing resolve. France's 2011 labs relied on blood typing, not DNA profiling, limiting analysis. The lime, meant to dissolve the bodies, erased biological traces. The rifle silencer, untraceable, was a rare model, but no black market leads surfaced. A dark van seen near the home on April 6 by a jogger was reported to 80 owners, none linked. A suitcase in the Renault held only clothes, its zipper clean. Over 600 transients, sailors, vendors were questioned, their alibis checked, but none matched Xavier's profile. The investigation's toll was profound, scarring lives. Christine, staying in Nantes, abandoned her Versailles job, searching archives for Xavier's debts. I owe them. Arthur's bandmates stopped gigs. Thomas's piano teacher quit recitals. Anne's classmates framed her sketches. Benoit's soccer coach retired. Martin, a father of three, missed his daughter's recital, haunted by the lime stench. Dubois, a 20-year veteran, avoided Nantes cathedrals. The case, her obsession. Not split, some prayed at vigils, others whispered of Xavier's greed. Affairs, cults, cut Christine deeply. By September, leads fizzled, draining hope. A backpack in Bordeaux found August 10th was a student's, not Xavier's. A Frenchman in Barcelona reported September 5 was a tourist, alibied. The letter's envelope, tested for saliva, yielded no DNA. Over 1,500 interviews, 1,000 tips, no breakthrough. Evidence logs, audited in 2012, revealed missing crime scene photos and the rifle's purchase receipt, never recovered. The home, sealed, drew mourners, its shutters heavy with dust. Media scrutiny grew, exposing cracks. Le Monde's Nantes unanswered crime in August criticized police delays, citing privacy laws. Reporters swarmed Loire-Atlantique's prefecture, demanding leads. Locals shared Xavier's letter on France 2, sparking global forums. Dr. Reddit spinning tales of CIA plots, suicide. Mater Haggard told TF1 were relentless. Nantes underfunded police, 120 officers for 300,000 struggled. Detectives working 18-hour shifts, missed family events, 4 quit, haunted by Benoit's face. Social media, emerging in 2011, amplified pressure, blurring truth with rumor, systemic issues. France's strict privacy laws limited forensic labs, shielded Xavier. Banks delayed sharing Xavier's transactions, citing data protection. Nantes' single lab processed evidence slowly, losing the glove. Interpol alerts, issued April 25th, reached 190 countries, but border checks lagged. A tip about a nobleman in Lisbon, chased in October, led to a con man, not Xavier. Private investigators, hired by Christine, probed Xavier's emails, finding flirtations but no motive. The Loire, searched by divers, hid no secrets. By 2013, the case was cold, its threads unraveled. Over 7,000 man-hours, 1,800 interviews, and 1,200 tips yielded nothing. The terrace, a grave, offered no new clues. Nantes residents, their hope dim, held vigils, their candles dimming. The family, Agnes's faith, Arthur's music, Anne's art, kept the quest alive, but Xavier's shadow loomed, a specter in France's heart. The investigation, a monument to loss, stood still, its answers buried deeper than the bodies. By 2013, the Dupont de Ligonnès murders remained France's darkest enigma, with police chief Luc Martin and Interpol agent Claire Dubois hunting Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès, prime suspect in the April 2011 killings of Agnes, Arthur, Thomas, Anne, and Benoit. The Nantes family, shot and buried under their terrace, left a case unsolved, marred by lost evidence and Xavier's van. Nantes' 300,000 residents, their spirit fractured, lived in unease as the man, father, husband, nobleman, slipped into oblivion, his motives and fate, a haunting void in Loire-Atlantique's history. Xavier's profile, pieced from scraps, was chillingly elusive. A 50-year-old aristocrat, he bore the title Comte de Ligonnès, his life a blend of privilege and pressure. His consultancy, hemorrhaging 450,000 EUR, faced collapse. The .22 rifle, bought March 2011, was his. Lime purchases traced to his card. His letter, mailed April 10, claiming a U.S. witness protection program, was a fabrication, per FBI confirmation. CCTV captured him in Var on April 15th alone, then nothing. He orchestrated it, Dubois told Martin, citing the methodical executions. No arrest came, but leads were chased with fervor, each collapsing. The rifle, wiped clean, offered no prints. 2011 labs couldn't test further. The Renault found in Var was sterile, no blood, no fibers. A glove found May 12 was lost in storage by 2013. Its O-positive blood untyped. Xavier's bank cards used until April 15th stopped. His phone was off. Over 2,000 men, executives, drifters, monks were questioned across Europe, but none matched his 1.75 M frame, gray hair, or patrician air. Witnesses offered fragments, not answers. Madame Lefebvre saw Xavier loading suitcases on April 5, his face blank. A La Rochelle taxi driver ferried him on April 8, noting hollow eyes but no address. A Var campsite owner saw him on April 14, alone with a backpack, then gone. Over 1,900 interviews, choir members yielded no motive. Agnes's friends denied marital strife. Xavier's clients cited debts, not rage. He was polite, distant, Christine told Le Figaro, her voice trembling. Financial strain was a focal theory, but incomplete. Xavier's notebook listed debts $450,000, with creditors circling. Yet Agnes's $100,000 inheritance was untouched, ruling out robbery. Bankruptcy loomed, but no lawsuits named Xavier. A cult angle tied to his Catholic forum posts fizzled. No sect links. Infidelity, his emails accessed in 2012, showed flirtations with a Parisian woman, but no affair. It's personal, Martin said, citing the rifle's precision. Yet Xavier's trail, Var, then silence, mocked every theory. In 2012, a lead sparked hope. A French noble arrested in Lisbon for fraud. He was 62, not Xavier, his passport clean. A skull in the Pyrenees found August 2013 was a climber's, not his. The dark van, traced to 100 owners, led nowhere. Xavier's letter, analyzed by linguists, showed no duress, only deceit. "He's taunting us," a detective muttered, filing reports. Interpol alerts spanning 190 countries drew 1,500 tips, sightings in Thailand, Chile, but none panned out. Nantes' reaction was raw, a city scarred. Christine led a memorial on April 21, 2014, scattering Thomas's sheet music. They're at peace. Arthur's band played his chords. Anne's sketches hung in galleries. Benoit's jersey framed in gyms. Ousfrance mafia's ghost fueled rumors. Suicide, mafia. Nantes divided. Some mourned, others locked gates, fearing Xavier's return. The home, sold in 2015, became a pilgrimage site, its terrace avoided, roses wilting at its gate. The investigators' toll was crushing, reshaping lives. Martine, retired in 2014, kept Agnes's photo, whispering, "I'm sorry." Dubois, now 50, shunned Loire vineyards, haunted by Xavier's CCTV image. Detectives quit, plagued by nightmares. 6 sought therapy. Vigils drew 150, chanting Ave Maria, seeking solace. Evil lingered, Father Dubois told France 3, his church packed. Nantes' children avoided parks, its cafes hushed, its faith shaken by a father's shadow. Media frenzy grew, blurring truth. Paris matches the vanished Comte in 2013 criticized forensic delays. Reporters camped at Nantes' prefecture chasing leaks. Online forums. Dr. 4chan spun tales of assassins, cults. Martin Grang told BFM TV, "We won't stop." Nantes police, understaffed at 130 officers, struggled. Privacy laws delayed bank data. Labs lost evidence. A tip about a Frenchman in Rio, chased in 2014, was a chef, not Xavier. Social media, maturing by 2013, spread hoaxes. Systemic barriers. France's data protection, limited forensics, shielded Xavier. Banks withheld transactions until June 2011, citing privacy. Nantes' lab, 1 for 1 million residents, botched the glove. Interpol's alerts, slowed by bureaucracy, missed Xavier's window. Private eyes, hired by Christine, probe Xavier's forums, finding zeal but no killer. A rifle silencer traced to 20 sellers led nowhere. The Loire, dragged by divers, hid no body. Xavier's accounts, frozen, showed no activity. By 2015, the case was a relic, its momentum lost. Over 9,000 manuals, 2,200 interviews, and 1,800 tips bore no fruit. Forensics crippled by lost items, glove photos, receipt failed. Forests searched by 500 volunteers revealed nothing. The rifle Lyman Renault remained enigmas. Christine, now 60, lit candles yearly, saying, "They're watching." Nantes' residents, their hope gone, mourned silently, their cathedrals dim. The family, Agnes's warmth, Arthur's guitar, Benoit's laughter, fueled a fading quest. The case open in 2025 is a monument to loss. Xavier, alive or dead, remains a ghost. The terrace, a grave, holds no new secrets. Nantes, its Loire silent, bears the scar of a nobleman's betrayal. The family's legacy, Anne's art, Thomas's music, endures, a call for justice unanswered. Xavier's shadow, cast across France, lingers, a reminder that some evils evade even the sharpest pursuit, leaving only grief in their wake. If you're passionate about shocking crimes and secrets that have never been revealed, follow 24H Crimes Archives. We tell the stories of the crimes, and you are the one uncovering the truth. Stay with us, because the truth always speaks.